Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome back. Our guest today is a good friend, Yvonne Blaszczyk, President and CEO of BMG Group. Welcome back, Yvonne.
Well, it was my pleasure to be back.
Yeah, it's a huge pleasure having you come down. And, there's so much excitement happening in the gold and silver space and precious metals. I wanted to get you down to talk about, all the excitement. First, let's start off with gold. We're hitting new all-time highs. It seems like every week now. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I have predicted, as you know, that the gold is going to be 3,000. That was last year. I was saying it end of the year, and I was saying it, we're very very close, and my prediction has come true. It is almost $3,000 an ounce. It's today's 29.39 uh, per ounce, which is going to is basically pretty much 3,000. And there are a lot of reasons that has come to fruition. And as I thought, a lot of a complicated financial and political, geopolitical variables have contributed to this rise in price of gold, and that momentum shall continue in 2025 beyond 3,000, as all the political and geopolitical and financial dialogues, configurations are going to be emerging in next few months. Then it will be much clearer what will be the future price of gold. But I do believe it's going to probably next year hit $4,000
Yeah.
an ounce.
Yeah, and I mean that's incredible for like just hitting because you predicted this. We were speaking many, many months ago, and you said, going into the new administration, it's going to hit $3,000 an ounce. We're right there, and now that you're predicting 4,000, there's so much more that it can go higher. So it's really,
Oh,
really
it could
exciting.
go even higher. I'm being very conservative. If the momentum is the same as right now, that shall continue. But you never know what other things can occur in between that will move the price of gold even higher. A lot of analysts, are very conservative. They look at only technical charts. I
Right.
look at the broader picture, at the world at large, and basically the financial systems and political systems that are so intertwined. President Trump, as you know, has shocked the world with his energy, the speed of change,
Yeah.
and keeping the election promises as the priority. The strength of change has been astonishing, creating, of course, a controversy, and again having this bipolar system in U.S. that's being, I think, overturned by the tidal wave of many changes. As you know, all the balls thrown in the air create a you divide and you conquer everything that is standing in your way because they don't know what is the actual focus of the changes or the major focus. We
Right.
know that, for example, right now, the biggest issue in U.S. right now is the deficit. The deficit is something that is not sustainable and has to be dealt with.
Yeah.
So the priorities, I think the priorities is like tariff, their political impact, cost of global sponsoring, and that goes from wars to sponsoring NATO to sponsoring a U.S. Army stationed in Germany to all different sponsorships. Those sponsorships are not sustainable. Domestic waste. That means all the different inefficiencies over the years that have accumulated. I was listening. I what I like doing. I like listening to interviews and speeches in full, not through interpreters. That
Right.
means, when you listen to news, different, I guess, hosts just interpret what was said and kind of a choose and pick certain elements. I like to hear the entire thing so I can basically then formulate my own interpretation or opinion. I
Right.
was listening to the briefing um, um, this week and briefing on Social Security and some other things. And what was amazing that that of course, creates a huge credibility for the changes that are being implemented.
Right.
Apparently, over 18 million people on Social Security in the US are over 100 years old,
That's
and
crazy.
even one person is 300 years old.
There's about $15 trillion worth of physical gold in the world sitting there costing money rather than being used. It's just absolutely insane. Monetary Metals is bringing gold back into the financial world, putting gold to productive use right now. The problem with gold, of course, in physical form is that it's heavy, it's cumbersome, it's not particularly easy to ship, and it costs money to store in a protected manner. This platform Monetary Metals created is a proven concept and allows gold to be put to productive use. So instead of sitting there costing you money, it's actually in use earning you money.
Learn how you can earn 2 to 5% in our leasing program and how accredited investors can earn up to 12% on silver paid in silver. This advertisement is not investment or financial advice. Minimum investment applies.
Receiving security benefits.
That's insane.
No, it is amazing. But so you can imagine, but that's huge amount of money for the government. Also, you wonder about, if those people were voting in elections. I also.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you remember 4 years ago, there were a lot of jokes everywhere about, deceased or dead people voting.
Yeah, yeah, that I remember that. It's
Of course, if they voted, now they're receiving Social Security. so,
oh,
so that's
what a
that.
crazy world.
No, you could not invent those stories. This is like amazing.
Yeah.
So, of course, the cost of migrant support also came to play. Apparently, it costs about $130,000 in the kind of support from Medicare to housing to everything else. So those kind of costs with the over $36 trillion debt are not sustainable.
Yeah, and
So
there's a lot of talk too about not only just the non-sustainability of everything that's happening with the debt, Yvonne, but recently Elon Musk just came out and said, he wants to do an audit and a live walkthrough of Fort Knox to see if the gold is actually there. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Actually, that's kind of amazing because Fort Knox, as you know, this major bullion depository was established in 1936, and it was kind of has a very problematic past history. It was established by President Roosevelt when he issued the executive order in 1933 that making the private ownership of gold illegal in the United States. So
Right.
what he did, he forced Americans to sell their gold to the government
Yeah.
at the $20 something an
Yeah, it was
ounce.
like $20, $30.
$20 and some cents. So now, since there was a Gold Reserve Act, I think in 1934, and the gold was transferred to the Treasury, which established that Fort Knox depository of gold. And it's a mystery because not only that there's a lot of opinions that was a government overreach to do that.
Right.
However, it's there since 1934, and it is a mystery. Nobody ever been there. President Roosevelt was the only president that ever went for inspection in the 30s, and then he, I think, visited during the war in 1943 Fort Knox.
Right.
And there was some other inspection, so no one really knows, no one been there. And on some level, yes, it is normal that you would want to keep place like this a very confidential. However, the regular audit of what you own should really take place. So, of course, that gives a rise to a lot of conspiracy theories. Is the gold really there?
Right.
Is it not there? It's supposed to be 147 million of ounces of gold,
Wow.
which the current price is like almost, over $400 billion.
Wow.
So it's a huge, question mark. It's very interesting because everybody is speculating now.
Yeah.
Everybody's on it. There are a lot of jokes going on about, Fort Knox being empty. There was a lot of, I was also hearing people saying that there is just a little notes saying, I owe you.
Yeah, the IOU notes.
Yes, but I think it's a possibility that some of the gold was leased.
Right.
And so that one has to review the leases and what are the contractual obligations. What does it mean leased? Was it refined and remelted somewhere else? Are they going to return the gold or going to return just a value on the lease? So those things have to be answered, but it's I think very interesting. It definitely grabs the public opinion, and
Yeah.
it becomes a kind of a very exciting, quest for treasure.
Yeah, no, it is.
And at the same time, the other things that are really interesting are happening is a gold movement from London to New York.
Yeah, the LBMA.
Exactly. So now a lot of people say, "Oh my goodness, look, they're auditing Fort Knox, and what's happening? They're bringing bullion from New York, from London to New York. What is going on?" And this is really very simple. You see, most people do not read the whole story or don't look at the whole story. Like I'm talking in general public.
Right.
They are seduced by sensation.
Right.
I follow the money. I follow the geopolitical um,
Aspects.
actors and all and how they are linked to the financial systems because
Right.
that's where it's at. So this movement of gold is very interesting because it's basically J.P. Morgan and the UK's Hong Kong Shanghai Bank are shifting the gold from London to New York,
Okay.
and they do it for very simple reason to protect themselves because the future prices fell and they were selling the futures. So they found solution to turn the losses into profits by moving physical gold from London to New York, where the prices are higher and more value,
Oh,
instead
okay.
of buying back futures at loss. It's a
Okay.
brilliant idea.
Okay, that makes sense.
Absolutely. So there's no conspiracy, nothing to do with the Fort Knox being empty or not, but it has to do really with a very wise and smart move on the parts of the banks
They want
to
to protect
actually
themselves.
leverage the prices.
Hmm.
Now, people are saying, "Oh my goodness, the tariffs and all these kind of things." Indirect impact on gold will be there, of course. Is there gold being, is going to be some impact on gold in terms of tariffs or anything else. So, but that's kind of a secondary, and there's a lot of debates going on about that. The bottom line is the banks are very smart to basically move the gold to the price that they can basically turn the losses into profit.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense, especially everything that's happening right now. Y Yvonne, I want to thank you so much for coming down to the community to speaking to the silver and gold community. Before you go, though, I'd love for people to connect with you. Where can people connect with you? I'm going to put your links in the description below, but where can they connect with you?
They can connect with me on our website, bmgbullion.com. They can connect, they can write to me, they can email me, and I will connect them with my staff. They can find out all sorts of different information. We are also doing seminars for financial advisors on actually purchasing our mutual funds, which are backed 100% by bullion.
Okay.
So we are everywhere. That anytime someone has any question or they need any assistance or understanding what is happening in the marketplace, we are there. The one thing I was going to mention
Yeah.
last time, I remember we spoke about the issue of Greenland, Canada, and
Oh,
Panama.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So as I thought before, that's a very interesting a political, I think a tool to focus attention on something that may not be as vital as Middle East or a peace in Eastern Europe.
Right.
So that, and those things have a huge impact on everything that is happening. Now, also, I wanted to touch base before I go on BRICS.
Right. What's
As
happening
you-
with BRICS?
Well, with BRICS, of course, there's a all sorts of gossip going on that Trump will put tariffs on BRICS if they do anything, play games with U.S. dollar. Well, it is not that simple. As a matter of fact, all the sanctions, as you know, they kind of pushed everybody into each other's arms. So now, what I think it may happen in the future, looking at the position of Europe vis-à-vis all the geopolitical configurations, is that a BRICS developed, as you know, system in 2014, similar to SWIFT,
Right.
and BRICS countries pretty much surround almost half of the globe population, oil production, everything else that I spoke about it many times.
Yeah.
I think if BRICS even considers right now having a currency backed by gold, which many of the members or the countries allied with BRICS are already doing at the local level, it will become, they will not replace US dollars. It will become probably a second largest reserve currency, and that may actually negatively impact euro.
Yeah, of course.
Because Europe is, it seemed to be stuck in a different paradigm than the reality of today's world,
Right.
and they don't understand that everything has shifted, everything has changed, but it
Right.
changed for the better. I think we are witnessing incredibly fascinating developments internationally, financially. I think at the end of the day, average person is going to be much better off. I think changes are good. Changes are always are scary, and there is a natural apprehension in human nature to fear changes. But I
Right.
think they should be welcomed, and whatever happens, I think is going to be a good transformation from the world that was like being on a Titanic and rearranging the deck chairs.
Hello, my fellow silver and gold stacker. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching the channel. Subscribe, please like the video, and also hit the notification bell. Keep stacking.
When you see the big iceberg in front of you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you, Yvonne, because everything that's happening with BRICS is yeah, I think is going to be a huge benefit to everyone. And everything that's happening with gold, it's only the beginning. It's just 2, 3 months into 2025. You never know where we can go from here. But yeah, I want to thank you so much for coming down, Yvonne. It's such a huge pleasure for you coming down. It's a breath of fresh air. And I'm going to put the links in description below. Everyone watching, I highly recommend please connect with the BMG group. The link will be in the description. And yeah, Yvonne, thank you so much. I'd love to have you back on in the future.
You're very welcome, and stay warm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's freezing here. You got to stay warm.
Well, we just have lots of snow. We're snowed in.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'll talk to you soon, Yvonne.
Talk to you soon.